The Halloween Party from the Black Lagoon by Mike Thaler. Chapter 1. Halloween. Miss Green says that we're going to have a Halloween party at school next Friday. We all have to come to class in costumes. Then we'll all vote and pick the best one. Miss Green says there's a totally awesome first prize. I have no idea who or what I should come as. Maybe I should just stay home that day and come as the Invisible Man. Chapter 2. The Sky's the Limit. On the school bus, all the kids are excited about their costumes. Eric says he has a beautiful rubber mask. The eyeball is hanging out and there's an axe stuck in the brain. Needless to say, there's a lot of fake blood on it. The girls are not impressed. Penny says there's an axe stuck in Eric's brain all the time and that she may come as a princess. Eric says he'll be happy to crown her. Doris waves her arms and says that she's coming as a ballerina dancer. The boys are not at all impressed. Freddy's coming as a werewolf, claws and all. Eric says he should come as an underwear wolf. Randy's coming as Count Dracula. He says it's a disguise you can really sink your teeth into. And Derek is coming as a mummy. Eric says, why not come as a daddy? And what about you, Hubie? Me? Oh, my costume's still in the planning stage, I reply. The truth is, I have no idea what I'll come as. I'm having an identity crisis. Chapter 3. Go for broke. When I got home, I empty my piggy bank, and there's not a lot in it. I'm able to shake out $2.38. This is not good. I don't have high hopes as I get on my bike and pedal towards the costume shop. When I arrive, it's monster mayhem. Every aisle is fiend-filled, blood and guts galore. It's like going to the movies. Every major monster is there. Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, and the Thing. It's all fur, fangs, blood, and bolts. Everything looks really cool, but the problem is the price tags are monstrous too. There's nothing less than $30. Even the masks are more than $10. I recount my money. It's not $2.38. It's $2.37. The saleswoman isn't very helpful. She just says, go look on the sales rack by the door. Well, there's a scarf for $2.99, an eyeball for $3.99, and a set of fangs for $4.99, and a tube that squirts fake blood for $5.99. I open my hand and look at my $2.37. I can afford one Martian antenna or one witch's wart, but that's not going to make a great costume. I'm going to have to look elsewhere. Chapter 4. A Home Remedy. As I slouch on the couch, Mom comes over to sit next to me. What's the matter? She asks. I tell her about the Halloween party, the contest, and my costume problem. She smiles, takes my hand, and leads me up to the attic. There she opens an old trunk and pulls out a cardboard crown. When I was a little girl, we didn't have much money either. She smiles while putting on the crown. So I just made my own costumes, like this princess costume. She straightens two of the crown's droopy points. That is a great idea, Mom, I say, as she looks into the mirror. She skips back to the trunk and pulls out a big pink eraser cap. Another year, I was a number 2 pencil. She winks while she puts on the cap. It was a pretty sharp costume. I get the point, Mom, but I don't know what to be, I sigh. Just use your imagination, Hubie. She smiles, pats me on the shoulder, and goes back downstairs as an eraser head. Chapter 5. A Scream of a Dream. That night, I have one crazy dream. I'm at school, but the whole class is full of monsters. Real monsters. They all have a hard time fitting into their desk, especially the blob. Finally, they get settled down and Miss Green calls the roll. Frankenstein raises his hand and it falls off. I'm here, here, and here, says the blob, and Dracula pulls the witch's hair so she turns him into a bloodhound. I just sit there as quiet as can be. We're going to have a party for Halloween, says Miss Green. All the monsters start fidgeting in their desk. They're all worried about their costumes. Frankenstein says he may come as Elvis. Dracula thinks he may be a nurse from the blood bank, and the werewolf may dress up as a schnauzer. I tell the witch that she could be a pencil, and the blob that he could be a Brussels sprout. They all look at me. And what are you going to be, Hubie? They all ask. Luckily, I wake up before I have to answer them. I just stare up at the ceiling. I don't even see the distant glimmer of an idea. I think my imagination still must be sleeping. Chapter 6. Close Encounters. The next day, I go to the library and search for inspiration. Miss Beamster gives me a book on costumes. Boy, people sure used to dress funny. They didn't always wear baseball caps and sneakers. They wore tunics, tights, sandals, and bed sheets. I wonder if in 100 years our clothes will look funny to future folks. Miss Beamster says that in other parts of the world, even today, people dress differently than what we do. I could wear a bathrobe and be a sheet, or I could be Santa Claus, or even a submarine. Whoa, my imagination has finally woken up. I'm on my way. Chapter 7. The Pick of the Glitter. Well now, the problem is I have too many ideas. I could make a big bun out of pillows and be a hot dog. Maybe I could put a pillow in my head and be a marshmallow. I could draw a dial on my belly and be a cell phone. I could even cut a window in a box and draw a keyboard and be a computer. Or I could get between two pieces of cardboard and be a book. There's so much I could be. On my way home from school, all possibilities are parading in my mind. Then we pass a billboard with an angel on it. An angel. That's it. I'll be an angel. I'm on cloud 9. Chapter 8. Winging It. At home I get to work. I take a wire coat hanger and bend it into a halo. It's easy. A little circle on the top and a big circle on the bottom that fits on my head. It looks a little like a TV antenna, so I spray it with gold paint. Wings. How am I going to make those? 2 pillows don't work. 2 paper plates look lame. Mom says to go get some cardboard and she'll help me cut out wings. Mom is a good artist. She draws me a pair of wings and then I cut them out. But they still look like they're made of cardboard. Bummer, I sigh. Suddenly out of nowhere, Mom yells out, "Feathers! We need lots of feathers." We both look at Peeper, our parakeet. No way. Peeper needs all the feathers he's got. Let's try the park, says Mom. We drive over, but the pigeons want to keep all theirs too. We rush over to the market, but we're out of pluck. All the chickens are already naked. Pillows, shouts Mom. What was I thinking? Pillows are full of feathers, and we have lots of those at home. We speed home and find an old down pillow. Mom opens it up and shakes it out. Now we are on fine feather weather. Feathers float and fall over the room like snowflakes. Mom and I catch them in midair and glue them to the wings. Now they look like they almost belong to an angel. I'm almost ready to fly. Chapter 9. The Big Day. It's Friday morning and it's a big day, Halloween party time. I'm so excited I can't stop moving. I start to get ready and pull on my white t-shirt and my white bathing suit. Mom puts on my wings on my back with duct tape. Easy as pie. I put on my halo and look in the mirror. There's even some cardboard left and I make a little cloud. I look cool, simply heavenly. Chapter 10. Halloween Scene. When the school bus pulls up, it looks like it just came from a cemetery. Eric's eyeball is swinging back and forth, and instead of a hat, he's wearing a hatchet. Gross. Freddy's got on rubber claws, and he's trying to pick his nose. Even more gross. Penny decided to be a witch. I recognize her $1.99 wart. She's casting spells on Derek to turn him into a frog. But he's still wrapped in toilet paper and already beginning to unwind. Randy is Count Dracula. He's got the $4.99 fangs and a cape. Doris is dressed in her tutu and ballet shoes. She looks a lot like a dancer. I have to stand up all the way to school because I don't want to bend my wings. Chapter 11. Party Animals. Miss Green has done an awesome job decorating our classroom. It looks like a real swamp. There are big black spiders with crepe paper legs wiggling on the walls, jack-o'-lanterns with candles that are glowing in the corner, and striped snakes made of toilet paper tubes are rolling around on the floor. There are lots of funny signs like, "Look out for alligators," "Welcome ghastly ghosts and gruesome ghouls from grisly graves," and "Creepy crawling crossing." Miss Green has a cool costume too. She is dressed like a baseball player. She has a uniform, a cap, and a bat. We all sit at our desk, and she takes attendance. "Wolfman." "Here," says Freddy, raising his paw. "Mr. Eyeball Hatchethead." "Here," says Eric. swinging his orb. Miss Green continues to do roll call. Count Dracula, here, shouts Randy as he chomps his fangs. Miss Witch, I'm here, squeaks Penny, wiggling her finger. Mummy, here, moans Derek. He's still unwinding down the aisle. Prima Ballerina, here, sings Doris, raising her hand to look like a swan. And our angel, here, I say, trying to flap my wings. Big mistake. A flutter of feathers fill the room. Well, we're all here, says Miss Green, as she closes her attendance book. And how wonderful you all look. Eric swings his eyebrow around and surveys the room. Now let's have our contest. Come up here, one at a time, and tell us about your costume. Penny, you'll be first, says Miss Green, pointing her bat. Chapter 12. Sharing what you're wearing. Penny sails up on a broom to the front of the class. I'm a witch, and you're all going to be frogs, she says, wiggling her fingers. Which are you? Shouts Derek. I'm a sandwich. In the kitchen, proclaims Penny as she floats back to her seat. Derek's next. He unwinds all the way to the front. I'm a mummy, and I'm 2,000 years old. You don't look a day over 1,000, yells Eric. Watch what you're saying, Eric, says Miss Green. Eric puts his dangly eyeball into his mouth. I live in a state of denial, says Derek. Time to wrap it up, says Miss Green. Okay, knock knock, says Derek. Who's there? Asks everyone. Mummified, smiles Derek. Mummified who? We ask. My mummified me a yummy hamburger for lunch today, laughs Derek. Eric's next. How about a handburger, says Eric, pulling off his fake hand. I hope he doesn't give me a hand with anything. He opens up his shirt and all his intestines fall out. Yuck. At least it's not lunchtime yet. You certainly got a lot of guts, smiles Miss Green. I love when teachers make jokes. Soon Doris spins down the aisle, swirls and bows. Then Freddie bounds up and raises his paw. A poem, he starts to recite. Does a werewolf wear underwear underneath all his hair? I'm unaware, but I'm next, I answer as I fly up front in a fury of feathers, and I almost lose my halo. I'm an angel, I smile, straightening my halo. Just remember that for the rest of the year, smiles Miss Green. I hate it when teachers make jokes. Randy's last. He slinks up front. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Count Dracula from Transylvania. You need a transfusion? Shouts Eric. Eric, please pull yourself together, says Miss Green. I'm a little batty, continues Randy as he holds up his cape and flaps back to his seat. Well, you all look beautiful, says Miss Green, but we have to pick a winner from the grand prize. What is the grand prize? Asks Eric, snapping his eyeball. The grand prize is $35 gift certificate to the costume shop, says Miss Green, twirling her bat. There are a lot of ohs and ahs. And the class votes. It's really close because all the classmates vote for themselves. But do you know who wins? I do. I have 2 votes. Someone else voted for me. As I look around the room, Eric winks his eyeball. What a buddy. I'm going to share the grand prize with him. I'll get him a rubber heart that he can wear on his sleeve. As for me, I got everything I want. Angels don't need much. Well, maybe I'll just get a little heart.